Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching or listening to this podcast. A lot of this stuff is either summaries or snippets from the Patreon. It's completely free to join. I'm going to leave a little link in the description and I hope you enjoy this episode. Today is all about booking gigs, which a few of you have messaged me and asked for because I think there's a lot of struggle around it. There always will be a lot of struggle around it. And just for full disclosure, this video is not just going to be apply these things and you're instantly going to get gigs. It's just as a bit of a guide and a bit of help and just to try and give you some steps that maybe you're missing and maybe you're not aware of. And it's fine for you to miss and not be aware of. That's why I'm here. I'm here to educate and to help. So yeah, we're going to get into it and get into gigs. And like I said, today it's all about booking gigs. So let's start with your gig booking strategy, right? And many of you, if not all of you, are probably going to say strategy because I think for a lot of people, booking shows is just about throwing darts, seeing what sticks. Having no strategy around your gigs is going to be detrimental to you and it's going to make it harder for you to get them booked. So we're going to go down the line of a bit of a strategy to start with when it comes to this. And if you are watching this right now and you're trying to play a bunch of shows in some random places, you just found a load of venues online, you just emailing them, venues, promoters, whoever it is, and you're just emailing them and hoping for a gig somewhere, it doesn't matter where, then this is the problem. And this is where I'm going to try and help you to define a bit of a strategy. So with your strategy, you need to decide where you want to play. Now, the most obvious and best choice is start in your local city, town, whatever it is, and just work on building that area up, playing as much as you can, support shows mainly. If you get a headliner booked, great. I wouldn't do it until you know you can at least sell like 100 tickets in the area because it can just feel a little bit deflating if you're not getting to that point. Play a bunch of shows, play whatever shows that come your way in that area and get them in and get people knowing who you are and what you do. And that also includes showing up to gigs in that area if you're not playing, networking with people around, networking with venue owners, promoters, whoever it is that's there, even the bar staff talk. When I owned a venue, my staff would come up to me and suggest bands that they'd been speaking to at other shows or they'd seen at other shows. So genuinely talk to everyone, cement yourself in that scene, and that is a really good starting point. Sorry, there's probably a lot of cuts in this video. I'm really thirsty and I just keep drinking water because, my God, it's warm. It's warm today and yeah, doing this without hydrating all the time is hard. So that's why there's loads of cuts. Apologies. So you want to cement yourself in the local scene, in the area, as much as you can by playing, attending, anything you can. Get chatting to promoters. And actually speaking to them in person is way more likely to get you a gig rather than just cold emailing. Again, as we spoke about in the middle of funnel last week, if you're nurturing followers, you're then more likely to convert them into fans that are going to attend these shows too, right? So you're in the scene, you're getting some support slots, you're building, you're networking with bands, and people are starting to notice you. They're going, oh man, I want to go and see these again. They were sick. And in theory, you should have a bit of data behind in terms of who you're messaging. You kind of should have a rough idea in your head of how many people you can get to gigs in that area. And then bam, headline show. Even if it's in the smallest venue in that area and you're selling it out, it looks sick. You're building a bit of rapport. You're building a bit of hype around you as well. I've hosted some bands that have done their first gigs at the Shed, the venue I used to own. And all they did was they invited a bunch of their family, friends, whoever they could to show. They would sell out the venue, and then all of a sudden, they're getting booked onto other gigs. And it's just having that hype around you builds the excitement. And then honestly, after that, it's just a rinse and repeat strategy. That is all it is. Go to different towns and cities, do the same things that we've spoken about, and all of a sudden, you're opening up yourselves to avenues, to different venues and promoters that you didn't necessarily have before. So it's just so important and so critical that, again, you're nurturing promoters and venues, and it's all middle funnel, man. This is why I'm trying to speak more about middle funnel, because it's not just about when you're getting your fan base in. It's about when you're networking with people too. Also, promoters talk. So if you get in with one promoter and they put you on a support slot and you're sick, they're going to turn around to another promoter and go, you need to go and book these guys. They're fucking wicked, right? If you show up to a venue on a support slot and there's 10 people there and you clearly can't be asked, promoters talk. They're going to turn around and say, mate, like, don't book these guys. Their attitude stinks. We're going to be going through gig etiquette, and it's also very, very important. If you don't have time to do all of this, cold emails do work, but in a certain way, right? We all think and we all imagine people in the industry being very formal and very... I was a fucking venue owner, man. You know I'm not like that. I don't turn up in suits. I'm chill. Most other venue owners and promoters are exactly the same. Casual DMs, casual emails, nothing too mad and formal and long. It's just too much. So cold stuff works still. You're more likely to get picked up if you're doing these things that I said about when you're interacting in the scenes and you're getting recognized and stuff, but it's just so much more important if you are doing cold outreach to be a bit more chill and a bit more casual. We're not suits in this industry. Like, there are actually way less people in suits than you even think, and I'm even talking higher level labels, publishers, all of that. I've met them. I had this misconception of them in my head that they were these formal suited up guys. They're fucking not. I promise you they are not. And by you trying to come across that way, it's just a bit meh. So informal, man. Informal is the way.